What is up, YouTube? It's Dan here with AutoMotivationZ for another car review on, you guessed it, my 2019 Audi RS5 Sportback. Now, you guys may have seen on the channel that I've done this before. I've had a 2019 Sportback before, but this car is different, and we're gonna go through some of the differences today and some of the things that I like and some of the things that I dislike, and we'll go from there. So, number one change of this car, and we got to go outside for this, is this fantastic Navarra Blue color. Now, this was always my first choice, other than Turbo Blue, which does not come on this car. But just look at that color, you guys. It pops, it looks great. I really like that color. And we just washed it yesterday too, so she's looking good. Looking good in the neighborhood. There it is. Now you can see we do have the carbon pack here. We'll zoom into that so you can kind of see it. So we got carbon fiber mirror caps, the carbon fiber front splitter, and I put my black Audi badges on, but not in the back yet. View of the carbon caps. What is so special about this time versus last time? And I got my handy dandy notes here. The handling on this car is really good. In dynamic mode, you could really dial this car up to 100 if you want, and very firm ride. It's something that reminds me of my STI, kind of. The extra wheel length that you get from the S4, I believe it's 12 inches. Now I'll edit that into the video, but it seems like a lot. When I park this in the garage, I find myself having less space than I used to. So it's definitely something you could notice, but when you're driving, you don't really notice the extra length. That's really when you're getting groceries, or when you have something like I got a pizza yesterday, you know, putting the pizza in the back in the Sportback area, or when I wash my car, I have, you know, most of my car washing stuff back there. So it just makes it a lot simpler to use. And that's really, I mean, that's really where it's at right there. Like I said, dynamic mode, very bumpy. It's something that I cruise around in individual most of the time, and that's with comfort suspension, because it's just, that's what I like. This car, very firm ride in dynamic, very firm. Now, my S4 was the exact opposite. I was in dynamic mode probably 98% of the time. I didn't use individual mode, just straight dynamic every time. Comfort in this, I never use it. Straight up comfort, never use it. Auto, also never use it. There's no need. That's where the car kind of selects where you're at. I can select where I'm at. I'm usually good with that. I love the slope back or sport back look to this car. It gives the car a sleekness that the S4 did not have, that the M5 didn't have. And to be honest, I never should have gotten rid of my black RS5. It was a great car. Everything performed well on it. The only thing that I had a problem with was one of the door vents was plugged, or one of the door drains was plugged. So when I'd wash my car, a little bit of water would come out. If that's the only problem that you have, you know, that's a good car. I love the headlight DRLs. You know, they have the kind of crosshatch design, and they just look cool. They look nice. They look aggressive, but not too aggressive. You know, it's the best of both worlds, of all worlds, basically. The back end of this car is something that I absolutely love. Now, let me go out and show you. So here we go with the back end, and this is what I'm talking about. You have these awesome headlight or tail lights. And you can see they're just an aggressive design. They look cool, and we'll throw the hazards on so you can see what I'm seeing. Just because they look cool, and I want to show you guys what they look like. So that's what they do. They're the adaptive kind of headlight or tail light. Sorry, I keep saying headlight. But they just look cool. Okay, so you have the RS5 badge. We'll be putting those black ones on that I got here in just a little bit. And And then, like I was talking about the slope design of this, so you see how it kind of just goes like that, and we'll get a better view here on the side. Just has a sleek look to it, I think. It looks really cool, really nice, really fast. Just a fast car in general, it looks like. And then in the front, those headlight DRLs that I was talking about, you can see. Looks cool. It looks cool, looks clean. Woo. It's cold up there. 29 degrees, but it's windy out. So next, let's talk about the wheels. So you guys saw the wheels. Those are my winter wheels right now. Now I have the regular, they call them the trapezoidal wheels, and I'll throw a picture up of what those look like, but they're just the normal stock wheels for the summer. And I got some, I have some, I can't remember what the tire was. It's an all season, but I had these Nokian Hakkapeliittas, and you guys, Hakkas are the way to go. If you don't have Hakkas on your car and you've never had them before, try them. They're fantastic. I love them. So the wheels look nice, and this is something that I never really thought I would say, because I didn't really like those wheels until I actually had them on the car. They look better than the black optic wheels, in my opinion. The black optic wheels have the little trapezoid kind of filled in, and once again, we'll go through that here with pictures, but it's something that I actually prefer this. I prefer the look of those a lot better. You guys, I love the functionality. So I was just messing around with this today, and let's move the steering wheel up so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So here's what we got. We got a tire pressure indicator here, we got our gauge cluster here, and then we have our power and torque here. Now the power and torque, to get that on the right side, it's a little different. So you got to go over here, push this button, and then you have additional displays. Now you have your engine data, your date and time, your consumption, short and long-term memory, and your G meter. We're going to leave it on engine data just because I like having the power and torque there, and it just looks cool. And having a tire pressure indicator, my summer wheels, it works. My winter wheels, it does not. I don't know why. It just doesn't work. Number two, we have the infotainment kind of center stack here, and it's smaller, it's dated. I mean, you can tell that this is 5 years old, because the newer cars, they're about, you know, maybe 10 to 12 inches. They're a little bit bigger, they're a little bit wider, they're touch screen, but you do lose some functionality, and that's something that a lot of people would be saying, you know, Dan, what functionality is that? You have an audio CD in there right now, which I do. I know it's kind of weird, but hold on, let's get this down. I have CDs. I have a big pack of CDs right here. See, there it is. Boom, right there. I never got the chance to put these on a USB stick before I switched computers, because my old computer was terrible. My new computer doesn't have a CD-ROM drive, so it's something that I just never had the chance to do it. So I have a whole bunch of old CDs that I am going to be utilizing my internal Audi jukebox with, to have some old songs on here that I really like. So that is something that is definitely beneficial, definitely one of the things that I wanted to buy this car for. The new Audis, the 9.5 generation, does not have that. It's a touchscreen. They get rid of the scroll wheel, which you guys have seen in my S4 video. If you haven't seen it, definitely take a look at it. I'll link that in the videos above. But they get rid of this right here, so you don't have your scroll wheel anymore. The scrolling wheel is fantastic, you guys. I love it. You can find a song, you can find a track, you can find anything so much faster. It's so much easier. It's so much easier to use. I don't know why they got rid of it, really, to be honest. And that's one of the main reasons why I bought this car. The functionality of this car, and the look of this car, and the look of the gauges, and everything. The general look of the car is exactly what I wanted. Now, the new generation does have turbo blue, which is my favorite color of all time. Other than Merlin purple and, I can't think of the GTR one, Midnight Opal. Those are my probably two or three favorite colors of all time. If I could get a car in those colors, I probably would try. But you know what? I'm happy in this car, and I am not giving it away anytime soon. So, what else do we have? We do not have the black optics package, and we'll go out and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So black optics is going to black this out, and you'll see when I get into it, and maybe you'll see, maybe you won't see, but there's some discoloration in there. I don't know if the previous owner didn't wash this very well, but then, you know, there's some chips and stuff in there, but for the most part it looks okay. I do have the carbon mirror caps and the carbon down here, but you get the center piece right there in silver, and then the Quattro, the little grille surround, in silver as well. I don't mind it. I think it looks good and it looks nice. And then in the back you get the little silver trim piece back here where it kind of goes over the exhaust. I don't think it looks terrible, to be honest. I think it looks good. It sets off the carbon and on top of it, and I actually rather like it. What do you get with this car? What packages do I have? Basically, I have every package except the black optics pack and the carbon ceramic brakes. I have everything else in here. I have the RS design, I have dynamic steering, I have the dynamic pack where you get the red calipers and the sport exhaust. I get everything, the DRC, dynamic ride control. So it has basically every option except for those that I listed off. Now the sport exhaust, you can kind of hear it, or kind of grumbles. It's okay. It's, you know, there's times when it sounds good, there's times when it sounds bad. Let's do that again, because we didn't have it. There you go. Now I can kind of hear it a little bit better. The sport exhaust, it sounds okay. Let's be honest. It's valved exhaust. I hate valved exhaust. I don't like it. It's just, I don't know why it's on any car. Why would you want to limit the sound, and it opens and closes, and it's something that you can't even control in this car unless you have a controller, or unless you pull the fuse, or, you know, whatever. So it's something that, you know, definitely will have exhaust coming on the car sometime in the future, just not right now because I just bought it. Gas mileage. So in this car, the gas mileage has been a little bit hit or miss, and I'll go through what I have in my gas log right now. We have about, we'll go to statistics here. The RS5, the worst that we have is 17.8, and the best was 25.1. Now the best was kind of a mix, because for 2 weeks this car was gone in Des Moines getting fixed. I had the rear shock issue. They brought it to the Audi dealership, they fixed it, everything works great now. But an average of 21.8. Once again, I haven't really taken this on very many trips yet. Is that good? 19 city, 27 highway is estimated, getting just a little tiny bit less than that, but I do usually have it in dynamic mode as far as the engine goes, basically all the time. There are some times I don't, but, you know, for the most part it's in dynamic mode, it's in sport mode, if you will. The RS3 got as much as 31 mpg straight highway. You know, that was pretty good. I remember that trip, it was to Wisconsin. Straight up highway the whole time, and if we ever get a trip like that, I'll see what I can get. But for the meantime, we're about 25 is about the highest. What did I get this car for? You guys, I got a steal of a deal on this car. This car was listed at 53, and I got it for 50. Now that might not sound like a big deal, but for me, actually, I got it for just a little bit less than that. It was about 49 and some change. That was a great deal. Way less than anything that was online that had this amount of miles. So I had about 23,000 miles when I got the car, and anything with 23,000 miles that I found 56, 55, and this is at that time. So now it's been a month. The prices have come down just a little bit, so that's not I don't want to compare, you know, a month ago to today. Prices are coming down for used cars. It's just, it's happening. Navarra Blue was always my first choice. Like I said, the color, fantastic. I love it. It looks good. It shines nice. It does get very dirty, but you notice the dirt a little bit less than black. Black was very, very hard to keep clean. Would I buy this car again? I'm gonna say no, because I intend on keeping this car. This is a car that I really don't want to sell. I really like everything about this car. It has everything that I want. It has everything I need, except for exhaust, which we will get. And it's something that I like everything about this car. Now there's a few, obviously there's a few things that, you know, kind of are like, I don't really enjoy about the car, but it's not like I hate it. But we'll have that in the 5 things I hate video coming up here pretty soon. No issue so far, other than the shock issue, which I knew when I bought it. So it was something that not really a surprise to me. I knew it was there. Do I have anything else to talk about in this car? You guys, if you have not driven an RS5 Sportback, if you're into Audis, this is a great car. It has the utility because you have the Sportback area in the back where you can put just a ton of stuff. And in fact, we'll take you for a ride in the back there so you can see. So, I mean, look at all the stuff that I have back in here. I mean, I could probably fit back in here if I tried, but I'm not going to. But look at all that stuff. We got a ton of stuff back here, ton of space, and I really like the fact that I can lock it from here too, but we're just gonna close it. No need to do that right now. And then it pops back down, whoop, and we're good. I really like the Sportback aspect of this. I like the fact that I can put a CD in here if I need to have some other music. I like the fact that I have the gauge cluster that I like. It's right in there. We don't have the stupid new cluster, which the new cluster looks stupid. I don't like it. You guys, I didn't like it. That's why I did not get a B9.5 RS5, because number one, the price on those is still pretty high. Number two, this car is exactly what I wanted. I loved my RS5 Sportback before. I love this one. It drives nice, the seats are comfortable. It has enough space for everyone if people need to ride in it. People aren't crammed in the back. It has a sunroof. The sunroof works very well. It's a big sunroof. It has a sunshade. And if I go like that and I'm getting too much sun in here, I can just be like, oh, let me put my sunshade on. And then I could even open the sunroof if I wanted to with the sunshade open, or with the sunshade closed. So you guys, I'm on my push for 1,000 subs. We're getting close. We're at 668, I believe, right now. So thank you guys. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. I am trying to get as much content out as I can. Definitely with this car, with car reviews coming up, things like that. I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys know that. Thank you so much. Thank you for liking the videos, and thank you for watching today, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.